As men cross into their 50s, 60s, and beyond, the body begins to rewrite its own instructions in a language most of us never bothered to learn. The changes arrive so gradually that they feel like nothing at all, until one day a grandchild wrinkles her nose, a stranger on the bus shifts a seat away, or a wife quietly opens every window after her husband leaves the room. The message is never spoken out loud, yet it lands like a quiet punch to the chest. Something smells, and that something is you. No man wants to believe it. For decades the same bar of soap, the same quick shower, the same 2 swipes with toilet paper, the same pair of underwear worn an extra day because I didn't even go anywhere kept everything under perfect control. We took pride in it. We never stank. We were the men who could work all day in the heat and still smell only of honest sweat that washed away in 5 minutes underwater. Then, without announcement, the rules moved. Skin that once bounced back now clings to odors the way old wallpaper holds cigarette smoke. Joints that once twisted effortlessly now protest a simple reach behind the back. The nose that could detect burnt toast from the next room suddenly misses the faint sour note rising from its own armpit. And the worst part is the silence around it. People are kind, or polite, or simply unwilling to hurt feelings. So nobody says a word while the distance between bodies grows a little wider every year. The truth is merciless but also merciful. Almost everything that creates that unwanted scent can be fixed, often with changes so small they feel ridiculous until you try them and realize how powerful they are. Start with the moment every man believes he has mastered since childhood: cleaning himself after the toilet. Age steals flexibility the way a slow thief steals tools from a shed, one at a time. Until one day you reach for something and it simply isn't there anymore. Shoulders lose rotation, lower backs tighten, hips refuse to tilt the way they once did. A wipe that feels thorough is often only partial. Dry toilet paper, which worked fine for 40 years, now smears more than it lifts, especially if stools have loosened from medication, prostate changes, or slower digestion. The smallest trace left behind settles into softening skin folds, warms against the body while sitting in a favorite chair, and by afternoon quietly announces itself to everyone in the room except the man wearing it. Switching to fragrance-free moist wipes designed for adult skin or installing a simple handheld bidet ends that problem in one day. Many men fight the idea at first, then try it once and wonder how they ever lived without it. The skin feels cleaner, the clothes stay cleaner, and an entire layer of lingering odor simply disappears. Underwear is the next silent traitor. The habit of wearing the same pair 2 or even 3 days if nothing happened is nearly universal among older men. Yet the body never stops producing natural oils, shedding skin cells, or releasing the tiny drops of urine that become common after 50. Those drops are so small they don't feel wet, but they are enough to feed bacteria overnight. By the second morning the fabric has marinated in yesterday's microscopic residue and places it right back against freshly showered skin. Add stretched out elastic that no longer holds the garment away from the body, and airflow disappears exactly where it is needed most. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple: a fresh pair every single morning, no exceptions. No negotiation. Choose cotton or modern moisture-wicking blends that breathe. Throw out every pair with worn elastic or pills on the fabric. Men who make this one change often say the difference is immediate, as if someone lifted a faint cloud they had stopped noticing. Skin itself becomes a different creature with age. Oil glands shift production. Some areas become drier, others paradoxically oilier. Those oils oxidize faster in open air and produce the scent politely called old person smell, a note that has nothing to do with dirt and everything to do with chemistry. Dead skin cells also accumulate more thickly because cell turnover slows. Those layers act like tiny traps for sweat, bacteria, and oxidized oil. A gentle exfoliating cloth or mild scrub used just twice a week clears the buildup and lets soap reach living skin again. Many men discover that their regular soap suddenly works twice as well once the dead layer is gone. The same deodorant they thought had stopped working begins controlling odor effortlessly because it no longer has to fight through yesterday's skin. Drying after the shower is another step most men rush. A quick once over with the towel leaves creases and folds slightly damp, especially underarms, groin, beneath the belly, between toes, and behind ears. Damp skin under clothing is an invitation for bacteria to throw a party. Taking an extra minute to pat, not rub, every fold until truly dry changes the equation completely. Opening the bathroom door or running the exhaust fan prevents the whole room from staying steamy so the skin doesn't reabsorb moisture, the very moisture you just removed. A small battery-powered body dryer or even a hair dryer on cool setting finishes the job perfectly for men with limited reach. Clothing and towels carry their own crimes. A shirt hung on the back of the bathroom door all week absorbs ambient humidity and whatever faint odors float in the air. Towels used for days without fully drying become odor factories themselves. Moving the hamper out of the bathroom, rotating towels daily, and storing clothes in a dry, air drawer keeps fabric from adding to the problem before the day even begins. Small supporting habits multiply the effect. Trim or thin body hair in worm, folded areas. It no longer traps scent the way it did when we were 30. Wash behind the ears and the back of the neck the way you did when your mother stood over you as a child. Oil collects there unnoticed. Switch to a moisturizing, mildly scented soap if old bars now leave skin tight and flaky dry. Cracked skin actually produces more odor than supple skin. Drink water all day. Concentrated urine and sluggish digestion intensify every scent the body produces. Ease back on heavy garlic, curry, red meat, and alcohol when possible. The difference appears in 48 hours. Within a week of combining these small shifts, most men notice shirts staying fresh until evening, car seats no longer carrying a ghost scent, grandchildren climbing into laps without hesitation. The change is so dramatic that many men laugh at how fiercely they once resisted the very things that handed them back their confidence. This is not about shame. It never was. It is about refusing to surrender one of the quiet dignities of being alive, the right to move through the world feeling fresh, comfortable, and entirely at home in your own skin. The body ages, yes, but it does not have to announce its age with every step. A few updated habits, no more difficult than brushing teeth, are enough to keep the later chapters of life as clean and confident as the early ones. The man who makes these quiet adjustments discovers something remarkable. People lean in when he speaks, smile more easily, linger longer, and he himself walks taller, because he knows, without asking, that the air around him carries only the scent of a man chooses, not the one age tried to force on him. That small daily victory is worth every second it takes,